So I got a question from one of my group members, Abo, last week from the last seminar, the last live, and he wondered what's the difference if you improvise blues or if you improvise chord scales. And to answer that question briefly, it's basically what kind of sound you want. So if we take the song That There, it's basically based on a C minor scale. Okay, let's get a better sound. It's C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. Okay, that's the scale, which is in the song. And the song has very thematic themes which are based on blues, especially towards the end. So that's very bluesy, especially this. So then what is the blues scale? It's a minor pentatonic where you've added the blue note. That's the pentatonic, C, E flat, F, G, B flat, C. That's the minor pentatonic scale. And then if you add the blue note, the F sharp, you get the blues scale. And in this song, there's many parts of the melody which are rather bluesy. So in this song, it works well to use the blues scale. Okay, what I'm going to do to begin with, I'm going to play with the background of the song so you know what it sounds like. Here we go. Alright, so that's the song That There. It was made famous with a group called Jazz Messengers with Art Blakey. And the pianist there was Bobby Timmons, who played that, made it famous. So what we're going to do now is we're going to see what it sounds like if you try different kinds of improvisation with different kind of techniques. We're going to use chord scales and we're going to use the blues scale to see the way this is going to sound. And if you have any questions, you're free to write them here in the comment box below in the chat here. Alright. So I'm going to show you again here on the piano. So if we improvise with the blues scale, it's pretty much going to be these tones. We can do classical licks like something like that. So that sounds okay. It kind of reflects the melody a bit. And if you want to do this with blues, you can do it like an ostinato, like. So ostinato is a figure which is repeated over and over. So that's how you can do it, to kind of make it sound in the style. And then for the second part, the B part, then you can play a different thing. So again, I played a different theme here. Something like use the boost scale. You can use any part of it to kind of make it sound. And then I end like, which is part of the head and kind of connect back to the melody. Yeah. So let's try it with blues comp and see what it sounds like. I'm going to take down the timing here a bit so you can see what's going on here. We'll do it on the 10. And now I'm using a program called Band in the Box to provide the background. Here we go. Okay, so for this song it works pretty well with the blues scale because the theme itself is pretty bluesy as it is. So you know, you can always add this as an element. Now if you want to make it sound more in the pockets, have more alternatives, I would use the chord scales. So we're going to look a bit on the chord scales. I'm going to go through them on the piano. I'm going to see if there's any questions here on this end. The chat box. No, it's not. No. So continue here. Yeah, so the chords are, if we look, I'm going to give you the lead sheet afterwards. It's a C minor, C of a B flat, A minor 7 flat, A flat 13, A minor 7 flat 5, D altered, D minor 7 flat 5 to D 7 sharp 9. And then this goes again, C of B flat, A minor 7 flat 5, A flat 7. And then you have D altered and G altered and F over C to C minor. And if you look at the chord scales, the first one is C minor. You can go. In natural manner, it should be with an A flat, but often in jazz we play a Dorian scale with A natural instead. And that goes for the other chord, it's just an inversion. And then it's A minor 7 flat 5, it's the same scale. So as we begin on A, but it's the same as C Dorian. And then you have A flat 7. Norwegian. It's a bit different here. What separates it from C Dorian is G flat and A flat, otherwise it's the same. And then A minor 7 flat 5 again. And then you have D altered, which is called diminished whole tone. Here is diminished, and here it's a whole tone scale. So it's D, E flat, F, F sharp, G sharp, B flat, C. And then you have G altered, same here, diminished whole tone. So G, A flat, B flat, B, C sharp, D sharp, F, G. Yeah, so these are the scales. So one way you can do it is to practice as the scales in time. And then D minor 7 flat 5, G altered, like this way. Just play them through once. And then you can start playing them over time, like a big online. So you have C minor Dorian, A minor 7 flat 5, you just continue where you ended, and then A flat 7, and then A minor 7 flat 5, and then D you can go back, altered, and D minor 7 flat 5, G altered, C, A minor 7 flat 5, go up to A flat 13, D altered, and then go to G altered, and then F over C, C minor. So what you do is you're just playing through the chord scales as they go through, and most of it is going to be like C Dorian. So, and that one goes for C, C over B flat, A minor 7 flat 5, and then when it comes to A flat 13, the only two different chord tones are D flat and A flat. And then for D altered, it's that's different. D half diminished, and then B G altered. All right. So that's how that song goes. So let's do this through now in time and see where we end up. So that's how you can practice the chord scales, and then you see it start sounding a bit more inside the harmony, because the blues is kind of outside of it. Yeah. Now we're going to study, add some different dimensions where you play thirds over this the chord scales, and I'm going to show you what that is. A third is when you play like you skip. If you have the scale here, you skip a tone and you go every other. And then you get a specific sound. So then it's going to be like. And then G altered. Sounds nice. That can be used used to go from one chord or an improvisation, part of an improvisation to another. So if I go like, and then you go, so you can use those thirds passages to go from one place to another. You wouldn't play an entire solo that way. But you can do it the same way as I just showed you, so I'm going to show it to you now with the improvisation. Yeah. One, two, three, four. Altered. Second one. Yeah, so that's the way you can practice, and you do it slowly to begin with, so you don't get rushed. Now I'm going to take a solo where I combine both blues scale and chord scales. I'm going to see what it sounds like. So I'm going to take down the tempo. You can do that when you practice too, to be on top of it all. Well, let's go here. Okay, there we go. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Blues. Theme. And now. Altered. Okay. So what I did at first was I played the chord scales, and then C, and then I went into blues, G minor, and then I go again, go chord scales, well, D minor 7 flat 5, G altered. And then I can go blues again. C. So basically what you do is when you use blues you get a sound, when you do the chord scales you get a different sound. Now I'm going to use the chord scales and the blues more freely, and I'm going to call out what I do, so you get a more better idea of what's going on. Chord scales. Chord scales. blues. So that was all blues scale now chord. So they compensate each other. If you just play blues all the time, it gets a bit boring and tiresome. But if you play with the, the chord scale as well, you're gonna spice it up a bit. So yeah. So let's finish it off and take it more up tempo. I'll play the entire head and do a solo, and then you get the idea of what's going on here. So, yeah, the head. So that's all for today, guys. I hope this video was informative for you guys. We've discussed chord scales versus blues, and the question is, if you want to have a more bluesy sound, then you get this sound, which is more, just kind of more dirty and ragged. Or if you want to have the chord scale sound, you get a more clean sound. You play more inside of the changes. You can more easily follow what's going on in the chords in the song. So yeah, so that's all for me today. So I'm gonna turn it off with a signature. And if you have any more questions, you can write me on Modern Piano Styles with Adam, and I'll answer them. Record a video for you and help you with your piano studies. Here we go.